Good morning, children. Let us study about reading comprehension in detail. Reading is an important skill, and when you are reading, you have to comprehend. And that is the reason why this question is included in reading section. They provide you a passage, and that passage you have to understand. And on the basis of the understanding, on the basis of the comprehension, you have to write the answers. When you are reading anything in a particular language, it improves your vocabulary. So you get equipped with more vocabulary, better vocabulary. You improve your writing skills too. You increase your awareness and knowledge as you go on reading and more and more. So it's a good habit to inculcate. And now we are going to equip you with some skills by which you can comprehend well and do well in this particular section. The reading comprehension part of the English paper consists of a passage with some questions based on the passage, which candidates should read and answer the questions. So first of all, you have to read the passage and then you have to answer the questions. Many candidates feel it is time consuming to read the entire passage and difficult to answer the questions. So you have to come with a strategy. Unless you have the strategy, you will waste a lot of time because the passages will be very long. So there are some ways by which you will not waste your time and you will be able to write correct answers for these comprehension passages. An important question asked in the English paper is the reading comprehension. In this, you would be given a passage out of which questions would be asked. Many students find this difficult and complain of not being able to understand the passage well. If you are one of those UPSC aspirants who struggle in this aspect, here are a few handy tips you can follow to score maximum in this question. First of all, understand the reading comprehension passage. Focus on the keywords. First of all, find out the keywords, focus on those keywords, then you'll be able to attempt the questions very easily. Many candidates say that they find it difficult to understand the given reading comprehension. But it is advised that you need not understand each and every word of the comprehension. And all of you have to do is find the summary of the reading comprehension. One should eliminate the words, sentences from the reading comprehension and focus on the keywords. How to find the keywords, that also will focus on. So first of all, let's go to the passage. Now let's go to the question and later we'll find out the keywords in this particular passage. Read carefully the passage given below and write your answers to the questions that follow in clear, correct and concise language. So we'll take up one particular example in order to find out the keywords. A desert is a barren area of land where little precipitation occurs and consequently living conditions are threatening for plant and animal life. The lack of vegetation exposes the vulnerable surface of the ground to the processes of denudation. About one-third of the land surface of the world is arid or semi-arid. Deserts are usually hot and barren places, yet they are also beautiful. A few plants, rocks and dusty red-brown soil make up the ingredients of most North American deserts where there is insufficient food and water for certain animals to survive. Deserts cover more than one-fifth of the Earth's land and they are found on every continent. A place that receives less than 10 inches of rain per year is normally considered a desert. They are part of a wider classification of regions called dryland. These areas exist under a moisture deficit, which means they repeatedly lose more moisture through evaporation than they receive from annual precipitation. Deserts are biological rich habitats with a vast array of animals and plants that have adapted to harsh conditions there. Some deserts are among the planet's last remaining areas of total wilderness. Yet more than 1 billion people, one-sixth of the Earth's population, actually live in the desert regions. Despite the common notion of deserts as a dry and hot, there are cold deserts as well. One famous dry and hot place in the world with visible rock or plant and barely any water is the Sahara Desert. It is the largest hot desert in the world that reaches temperature of up to 122 degrees Fahrenheit during the day. Some deserts are very cold, like the Gobi Desert in Asia and the desert on the continent of Antarctica. Only about 10% of deserts are covered by sand dunes. The driest deserts get less than half an inch of precipitation each year, and that is from condensed fog. Desert animals have adapted ways to help them keep cool and use less water. Camels, for example, can go for days without food and water. The lump stores fat which can be used as both food and water source for the animal when the going gets tough. Camels also have thick hair in their ears for keeping out sand. They also sport closable nostrils, an eye membrane, and white feet that act like snow shoes in the land. Desert plants may have to go without fresh water for years at a time. Some plants have adapted to the arid climate by growing long roots that tap water from deep underground. Other plants, such as cacti, have special means of storing and conserving water. Many desert plants can live to be hundreds of years old. Some of the world's semi-arid regions are turning into deserts at an alarming rate. This process, known as desertification, desertification is not caused by drought but usually arises from the demands of human population that settles on the semi-arid lands to grow crops and graze animals. The pounding of the soil by the hooves of livestock may degrade the soil and encourage erosion by wind and water. Global warming also threatens to change the ecology of deserts. Higher temperature may produce an increasing number of wildfires that alter landscapes of deserts by eliminating slow-growing trees and shrubs and replacing them with fast-growing grasses. Now let us see the questions on these passages, and then after that we'll look for the keywords in these passages. Explain what you understand by barren and dry land. What do you understand by rich habitats? How have desert animals and plants in arid climate adapted themselves to the use of less water? Describe the process of desertification. What are the camel's two most visible features that make it perfect for deserts? If you don't want to waste your time, then first you read the first question or second question. Read two questions and then go back to the passage. Then definitely you will not waste your time. There will be questioning attitude in you. Or you have to read the first line of the passage and then come to the questions. Once the questioning attitude is in you, your comprehension will be better, your grasping power will be better. Keep this thing in the mind. Definitely, you'll be able to do well in this particular section. Now we'll take up the easiest method. There's no need for you to read the entire passage. The shortcut to save the time. Read the questions first. Then mark the keywords that are there in the passage based on the questions. Now what is the first question? First question is about barren and dry land. And that's a keyword. Then you look for this keyword in the passage. You will save a lot of time And as you go on reading it, you will come across this barren and dry land. Now here in this passage, it is clear that the barren area is a part of a region and is a wide classification of the regions that are called as a dry land. And then you can continue with the other explanations as given there in the first paragraph. In the question B, the keyword is rich habitat. Question C, keyword. What is a keyword? Animal, plants, adapted. That you can look for in the passage and find its answer. Whereas in the case of question D, the keyword is desertification. And in the case of question E, it's a camel. And this is one of the easiest methods that you can use it in your board examination as well as UPSC examination. Know that you don't have to comprehend every single word of the passage. You don't have to worry if you don't know many words that you come across in the passage. You only have to understand the gist of the passage and therefore find out the keywords. Here it is given very graphically. So where do you find its answer? How you can read all that? So it is all marked also here. So answer A, you will find the barren area and you can go on reading that. You will find dry land. So whatever those keywords are there, and once you find out that, you can mark all in this particular manner so that you can score well in the examination and you will save a lot of time. Remember that time is precious in the competitive examinations as well as board examination. And if you want to score well and if you want to spend more time on other questions, you can follow this kind of strategy. So first find out the keywords, then it will become easier for you and you can mark them in the paper itself or you can just make mental notes so that you can do well in this particular part. So you can find out here answer A, barren area, there you can just mark that, then dry land, then answer B, they also rich habitats. From that only you can make out. In similar way, you can do it for remaining questions too. And you'll find that sometimes the answers, they are not there in a particular paragraph. They may be elsewhere too. And you can just where in which particular paragraph the answer is there, you can mark it this way also. Like for the question answer C, you can find out there in these two paragraphs. And you may find the answer for D in some other paragraph. So it is not that it's always given in order. So go through all these thoroughly. But first, when you read the question, you will come to know that, okay, the answers are here somewhere. So you must have questioning attitude. And when you read that question, then only you'll get that. And you can save a lot of time when you adopt this particular strategy. So you have to have a strategy if you want to score well in this particular section of UPSC as well as board examination. Now you are in class 12th. You must have good vocabulary. And in order to improve your vocabulary, you must read a lot. By reading as much as possible, you will definitely improve your vocabulary. You will go on increasing your vocabulary. And this is a sure short way to score better in the examination. If your vocabulary is good, your understanding will be better. And when you come across new words, try to find out its meaning in the dictionary. And you must inculcate reading habit. There is no substitute for practice. Practice reading comprehension from previous year question papers of UPSC as well as board will help you to gain confidence and speed. And therefore, you have to practice reading comprehension. Let it be of UPSC or of the board. Now your focus should be on what? It should be on understanding. When you read the passage, avoid getting distracted. So you have to focus on the passage itself. If you concentrate, you can identify keywords that would help you in answering the questions. Then reading is also very important, how you read. To improve speed while reading, avoid moving your lips. Speedy reading also helps in improving memory. If you go on reading fast, what will happen? You will be able to grasp better way. So that will also help you to retain whatever you have read. Answer from the reading comprehension passage and don't apply your own knowledge. So when you are attempting the questions on comprehension, there is no need for you to provide additional information. You have to depend on whatever the information that is given there in the passage itself. You have to limit yourselves to that comprehension passage. You need not give your additional information. Whatever you know, that you need not add to that. And remember, whenever you are attempting the answer, you can write the answers in your own way. There is no need to write whatever that is given there in the passage itself. So you can frame your own sentences. So when you answer the questions, make sure you don't infer your own conclusions. Take information from the passage given and limit your understanding within the passage boundary. We have seen the strategy. You have to have inference. You have to eliminate what is not given there. So you use those three strategies. Find out the information, eliminate what is not relevant, and infer what is to be inferred. Don't fear. Finally, the comprehension passage can be one of the easiest things to score if you apply and focus. So if you concentrate, definitely you can score in better way in comprehension passage. It's a very scoring question. Follow the comprehension points and see the difference yourself, and you'll feel that you can score better in this particular question. Thank you. Goodbye.